up as an example of a natural beauty with curves in all the right places. Amanda Lamb, welcome.
Thank you very much. There's curves in the wrong places as well, but we won't dwell on that.
Oh, I disagree. So tell me, what's your idea of beauty? Who did you always think, oh my goodness, she's beautiful?
I think it was probably Cindy Crawford.
Yes.
Because I'm 35 now, and when I started modelling, I started just after the supermodel bit finished. Tess Daly, Lisa Snowden, me, Holly Willoughby, we were all, and Kat Deely, we were all modelling at the same sort of time. And then the average size for a model was a size 10. But now I think they're like a 4 or a 6, aren't they? Well, I don't know how they do it, because I think, you know, a lot of people think modelling is just standing there and smiling, but it's not. It's hard work.
I mean, and what was it that made you think, you know what, I don't want to be involved in this world anymore? What was it that made you just go, that's it?
I remember once I went for a casting for an Italian swimwear shoot, and it was, you know, 20 girls in front of me, and the Italians were sat there flicking through the book, and they're like, grazie, and, you know, and then they got to me and they were flicking through my book and they were like, oh, can you try this on? Can you try this on? You know, it's like thinking, oh, I might be in with the chance here. After the 8th bikini, it's sort of breathing out when I sort of came out, and they said, are you available?